It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Brian Regan in studio.
Potty mouth, Brian Regan.
What happened?
Potty mouth.
Potty mouth, Brian Regan, right.
I'm sorry.
Brian's playing the Stanford Center tonight in Stamford, Connecticut. Tomorrow, the State Theater in New Brunswick, New Jersey. And then it looks like, what would that be? Saturday at the Borgata, Atlantic City. That's very cool.
Little place called the Borgata, huh?
I'm the circus barker. I don't know who's headlining. I'm supposed to be out front handing out leaflets.
You gamble? At all?
Not
when you play
really.
the casinos?
Oh, we've been
maybe 10,000 on the Super Bowl.
That's it.
Play around.
I'm just picturing every comic that plays out at a casino blows all their money in the casino. See, I think of you people as being stupid and irresponsible is what I'm saying.
But you got to remember, Brian lives in Vegas.
I know. That is a lot of temptation.
And he pretty much hates the casinos. He's like part of that Vegas no one has ever seen or heard about. Like where the normal people live.
Before I lived there, I was working in Las Vegas, and there's like a bunch of comics at different places around Las Vegas, and we all got together and we were all playing craps. And roulette, the thing where you bet on the thing, and
the spinny wheel.
and we're all coming up with various things to bet on, pick your favorite number, whatever. And we're all having a couple, drinks and stuff, and everybody said, bet on how many minutes of your act you're proud of. And we all piled it on 8. And of course it didn't hit. Of course not. 8 minutes is about all we got.
And that's why I'm sorry.
No, that's it.
That's why they paid entertainers so much money in Vegas, because they know that most of them are going to throw the money right back into the casino, man.
They're just going to go, especially, if it's not an in, you're in, you do your act, you leave. Like you fly in, you do something, and then you're out. There are people there, though, for months on end. Mm-hmm. Like my brother, for example, I know he likes poker, and he's been playing there for about a month now. And he should be back next week.
He's not playing poker for a month.
That's lasting a month.
Yeah, a month-long game.
Yeah.
No, he's playing, he's in a band, but he's playing at a casino hotel out there.
That's cool.
And I just picture him coming back with less money than he left with, because I just know him. He's probably playing poker and taking the gig money and losing everything that he makes.
Yeah,
it's just that kind of thing. I know I'd be tempted. I kind of like playing cards, and it's a good thing I don't live like right near a casino, because I would probably just be one of those people that just end up destitute.
I just don't have that feeling. I like to sit down and play blackjack or whatever.
Like a good run on something where you're sitting there for hours and hours on end.
I'm like a $200 guy. You know what I mean?
That's
it. It's like play blackjack with $200. If it's gone, it's
I am too. A hand.
Play fantasy football.
Yes, I heard you guys were talking about the fantasy thing, and I'm not overly into it, but how you have to check the injury reports, Yeah,
well, I guess that would be important, sure.
Start your guy or whatever. And it kills me how, they boil down an injury to the name of a body part. I mean, can you imagine a doctor giving you that diagnosis? You're sitting on the table and he walks in, we got the results back. CAT scan results are in, and the blood tests, we had to analyze those, and of course we were waiting on the results of the stress test as well, and you might want to sit down, because you have what we in the medical community refer to as knee. What the hell could that be? How many different bones and tendons and things there are in a knee, and they just say, he's got knee, he's out. What's the matter with him? Knee. It's his knee.
It's probably the most complex bending joint on the human body.
Well, what's the matter with it? Well, your knee hurts. I thought I knew that when I came in here.
They list in the paper, yeah. Knee. Elbow.
Go to your psychiatrist. We figured it out. It's head. Your head. You're all mixed up in there. Just try to straighten yourself out.
What do you do if one of your players in fantasy football, Than, is you sub?
Yeah, you pick your lineup every week.
Don't say it to me like I should know. That's why I'm asking.
Come on. He's a sub.
The sub, idiot.
We're just psyched that we finally got something on you.
I know.
We're going to push it hard.
I know nothing.
He knows everything.
And this came
guy
up.
knows a little bit about everything, so we finally got something on him. Of course we're
Nothing
gonna hammer
about
it
fantasy
home.
football, and it came up the other day in conversation. I was talking with my girlfriend about it, and we were sitting there, and of course she knew nothing of fantasy football, and I know nothing, and we're trying to figure it out between ourselves. And nothing was working. I go, no, it can't work like that because then this wouldn't, what happens if this situation, we're just coming up with situations why it wouldn't work. We came up with a brand new fantasy football that would be fun to play and completely unintelligible to explain and just the worst version of it.
Get the word out on that.
What kind of shoes was he wearing? But thank you, Thane. Now I know.
Yeah.
Now I know.
You know what kills me too is, with the steroid thing, when obviously it's a problem with all the sports, and when an athlete says he never knowingly took I completely don't understand that. How naive can a human being be? Excuse me, why do you keep sticking that needle in my butt? Ow, again, with the needle in the butt periodically. How come you don't answer my queries? He didn't know what was going on. He didn't know.
Not knowingly.
I wasn't aware of this.
Oh, right there. That tells you. Not knowingly.
Yeah, that is.
I like how they try to pawn it off on something just like
Something ridiculous.
I did have some Avion water.
Right.
How about the guy who won the Tour de France? He had like 4 days in a row. He had a different reason. I had 2 beers. Well, that wouldn't raise.
And then they tell him,
then I overslept. I've got hay fever. Well, none of those explain the high levels. Yeah, I had a lot of coffee. I had a lot of coffee that day. Whatever.
Well, coffee in very high doses could do it. Coffee, then. Then I'm sticking with the coffee.
Let's go to Chris in Florida. Chris, what's up?
What's up, boys? How are you?
Pretty good. We got Brian Regan in studio.
Brian,
Yes, sir.
I find that you don't spend any money gambling. I think you spent it all on your car, didn't you?
Oh, no.
That car, I have to commend you. As a car guy, that car is amazing. If Anthony don't know about it, it's just...
I will know about it shortly, Brian. What do you have?
I'm not sure. I've got a gremlin.
That's a nice car. The old AMC Gremlin or Pacer.
Yeah. I've got the...
I'll punch you out, boys. Thanks.
Well, what do you mean by this, Chris? Is he?
I don't know if
is he trying to set you up for a bit?
I think he's setting me up on a bit, but I don't know.
You don't know the bit.
Are you a car guy?
I don't. Not
Did
really.
you spend a lot of money on a vehicle?
I have a car.
That's about it. You're a practical guy.
Yeah, I have
You
a car.
really are.
And you know what I have too? A home.
Ah,
Yeah, I got the family, so I got both those things.
a house and a car.
Don't you hate when
You're
you're
like a
driving
real
in your car
person.
to go home and you see some stupid political ad? It's aggravating.
Yeah, and it starts making you think, maybe if I hadn't had those Pop-Tarts this morning, I wouldn't all be hopped up on sugar, worried about this political ad. You know what, when you see a political ad on the side of the road, a billboard?
Yeah.
I like the way they have like a candidate's name and 2 one-word qualities. Like that's all you need to make an informed decision. Steve Roberts, leadership, integrity. Say no more. Say no more, you. The only way that would be helpful is if his opponent had a billboard right next to it, Bobby Wilson, laziness, thievery. I don't think so. No. Not with this one over here. When you compare those qualities, this one over here is a little better. Did you see the political ad? This is true. During the last election, you know how they have the negative ads?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there was one, I'm not making this up, you know how they just try to find something that the guy voted on. So this is an actual negative political ad. They said, he voted to allow 7-year-olds to be tasered. That's the absolute truth. And they interviewed the guy, and he goes, and he said, I meant like if a little kid gets a gun or something, you don't want to hurt the kid. Worst case scenario, you taser him so you don't kill him, as if that was the guy's platform. I want to taser 7-year-olds. He's talking with his staff. If I'm elected, can we have the 7-year-olds on the stage with me? Can I swear in and begin tasering them? Yes, I'm going to taser. How many 7-year-olds can we have for the induction ceremony?
That's brilliant. We talked about that during the campaigns.
Love the political ads
because they don't explain why they have.
Yeah, they never explain anything.
30 seconds. It's 30 seconds. They can't possibly.
At 30 seconds, and they a lot of those they'll say like he voted against funding AIDS programs. Like what the? Who would?
Right.
Why would you say something like AIDS? Don't even care. Right. Go ahead. Or he voted against voting for money to go to childhood diseases. It's like, what? How do you get that bill and go? Nope, that's not it. Yeah. And then you realize you do a micro research on the subject, and you realize it's one of those bills that was attached to some highway bill that gives this guy a lot of money that's attached to another thing. It's like a line of bills that the guy said, no, this was one of the things on it.
Part of it.
Yeah, part of it, but they pull that one out and go,
There was one I heard where they said he voted to kill kindergarten legislation.
Kill. When you hear kill,
explain what the legislation was. What are you talking?
You hear kill and kindergarten.
He voted to kill kindergarten legislation. What is he, Satan? How could you vote against kindergarten legislation?
What legislation? You get those guys, they just don't spell it out for you.
No.
And they do like key words like that, like kill kindergarten. You think, he's killing kindergartners? What did I barely heard that.
Wait, no, this is the one that wants to kill the kindergartners. No, we don't want to vote for him. We want the one who wants kindergartners to live. That's the one we should vote for.
My favorite ones, though, were, and it's a new tack that they're taking on this one, is to take any audio they have of their opponent. Doesn't matter if it was a speech, a conversation on an interview show, and they make it staticky and very high-endy, so it sounds like some hidden tape recording, wiretap. Yeah. And you hear the guy going like,
a Smith guy is somebody we got to make sure doesn't get in our way.
And it's like, he doesn't want the Smith getting in his way. How will he eliminate him? You're just thinking, oh my God, they tapped his house and he's planning a hit.
He's part of the mob.
He's planning a hit
for this guy.
No one talks with that type of tone.
Here he is talking with Democratic bosses about legislation.
There's no way we're going to have this pass. If I got to see this go through...
Well, you heard it yourself in a squeaky, staticky way. That can only mean evil. What the hell? Guys can say the most innocent thing.
Honey, I'd like to have dinner by 6. I'll be home a little late. I'm at a meeting.
A meeting? What was that meeting about? Hell, he's calling his wife. They are the worst dregs. We love the election because we did nothing but nonstop.
Oh, we had fun with that. Good old Paul R. Nelson.
I'm Paul R. Nelson. We pushed the candidate. We had no idea what his platform was, but we pushed it just for the fact that he sounded like a dope.
Because his stuff was so ridiculous.
I'm Paul R. Nelson.
Pushed the guy.
We got him on the phone. He seemed like a fun enough guy, but he was one of the real right-wing, conservative guys. And he wouldn't fess up much to anything. And he didn't have a chance in hell of winning, but he was so fun to talk to.
Well, we got to move over to XM. You joining us today, Brian, or are you...
I can join you for a bit.
A little bit?
A little bit.
All right.
We'll walk in the cold.
Yeah.